Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another fine Wednesday morning. Welcome to another Coffee Break Chat. I'm your host, James Jackson, he, they pronouns, executive producer, Light Thief Productions. We've got what I believe to be a fantastic show for you today. Just posting a couple of links real quick, and as soon as I wrap that up, we'll get started. What is the other thing that I needed to do? Oh, yeah, there's a, it's always, tough to come back from a break and refamiliarize yourself with all the things that you used to do before the break. Trying to remember where the embedded player is. There it is. And there we go. So, welcome back. Welcome back from break. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've been having a good start to your end of the world, as it were. We're having a lot of fun over here. We're going to be talking Black Lives Matter Plaza in DC, how that ties in with some events here in Philly. We're going to be talking about attacks on trans rights, the destruction of national monuments, and what's going on with Tesla? Why is everybody not buying Teslas? Is it a coordinated effort to destroy Elon Musk? I don't know. What do you think? I mean, if I could coordinate an effort to destroy Elon Musk, I probably would, but I don't have that kind of time or talent. At any rate, we're live this morning. We've got Drew and Amanda waiting in the wings here. I wanted to bring up my links so that I can pass those on to those guys and they can take a look at stuff. And we'll get started by introducing them, and once we've done that, we will that should be good. Okay. There's those links, and then I will bring them on screen. I'm going to have to bring them on screen one at a time, it looks like. So we're gonna start with bringing Amanda on screen. Welcome to the show, Amanda. Please introduce yourself, your pronouns, what it is you do, and your fluffy friend there.
Oh, okay. So this is just something I found in my mom's teaching closet, which is unfortunately right next to me, which is why I also found the slime. I have to put this away for my own sake. But I am Amanda Gulla. I use she, they, he pronouns interchangeably. And what don't I do, really? But today, in addition to all those things, I guess we'll focus on the production of a new musicals festival as the artistic director of Theater on the Verge, and the writing of musicals myself.
Awesome. So we're gonna introduce Drew in a moment. I apologize for not being able to bring you on camera right at the moment, Drew. We'll switch back and forth. But by way of introducing Drew, please tell us about the new music festival.
Yes. So, okay, wait. 2 years ago, I became artistic director of Theater on the Verge, and as a musical writer, I wanted to encourage not only established works, which was kind of the MO of Theater on the Verge before me. I wanted to incorporate and enfold new opportunities for emerging writers. This is our second year now of essentially inviting writers of musical theater to work with a creative team, to work with a cast, but not necessarily attempt to produce a finished product. We are looking at stages of development. We are looking at opportunities to try things out with support. So Drew actually was in most every show last year, and we had quite a few shows. Drew was a performer in at least 8 roles, and has come back around and has written his own musical. And so, through that process, we became very good friends, and I wanted to platform and share his work. So now he's here to talk about his new musical.
Awesome. I'm gonna bring you on screen. Welcome. Please introduce yourself, your pronouns, what it is you do. You're muted, I believe. Yeah.
Yes. Hello. My name is Drew DuBoff, pronouns he, him. I am the composer, lyricist, and book writer for JUDIA, which is a new musical based off of the French Grand Opera Le Juive. I'm also the general manager for Theater Ariel, Philly's Jewish professional theater group, and I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. What is it about Judea? What is it about bringing Jewish stories into current theater that drove you to want to bring this piece now?
It's a great question. When we look at this work from a historical perspective, it was written in the 1800s and it was performed in the operatic canon in opera houses across the world for about 100 years, till the rise of Hitler in World War II redefined what the worst thing to happen to a Jew was. And since then, in fear of trivializing outcome, the work hasn't been produced in decades since then. It's only started resurfacing in the late 90s, and there's some productions going on now. And a lot of those productions take on very much the setting of World War II and the Holocaust in their interpretation of the work. But I do believe that with theater and with art, we have the opportunity to present a different narrative, a narrative that represents today's landscape, but exists in another time frame, a work that can speak upon the Jewish experience from a different angle, from a more diverse and inclusionary angle. And that's something that I'm trying to do with this work, and making the female characters have more agency over their outcomes, and things like that. It's been an exciting process bringing this work together with Amanda's great support, and we are excited to have our opera performers interpret this new work.
Uh, that's great. What what is your biggest wish if you had an if you were somebody outside your production, what is your biggest wish for them to learn, see, come? Why does somebody want to come into your production to see what you've been doing?
I think the reason we all see art is because of the storytelling. This is not an escapist piece. You're not going to walk out of the theater and suddenly feel incredible. It's not a romantic comedy. It's a more dramatic. It's a more serious work. But I think it speaks a lot to the danger of corrosive hatred and of intolerance. And I think that is a message that can be extrapolated and is universal. I think anybody watching it, whether they are Jewish or not, can look at this story and have something to glom onto in their own life about how it may have impacted them.
Interesting. What would you say is a key theme in that area? What is something that you would expect somebody to relate with at the like given the current political climate, given the current events? What would you say people would expect to, or you would expect people to take away and feel is impactful on them?
It's a great question, James. There's the work speaks a lot with regard to religious intolerance. I think that's something that people in minorities can really identify with. There's been a lot of violence against Jews in recent times. Um, I think it's a very prescient issue. in that it's still the issues that were happening hundreds of years ago. Those issues are still happening. They haven't gone anywhere. Bigotry exists just the same, and I think much like those characters were, that I mean, the show takes place in the Inquisition, so it's a very different time period to where we are living today, but very similar in the sense that people have their rights taken from them without due process or cause. I think that's something that feels very contemporary.
Hmm. Um, what has it been like working on these older themes, with a current cast, with a modern cast?
Um, it's been an interesting process ramping up for this production, and we've been doing some work with